What's up, guys? It's MJ Anime back with another video today. We're gonna be reviewing another anime. Um, yeah, let's go. We're gonna be reviewing Great Pretender, a new anime that came out recently, around the end of 2020, so a few months back. And Miles just watched it. I watched it as it was coming out, and we both seemed to really enjoy it. And like the title of this video says or suggests, we believe that this was better than JJK during 2020. I don't know about now, but I think at the time it was better. As usual, we got our co-host Miles, man. What's up?
Hey guys.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're just going to be going over some aspects of the Great Pretender that we enjoy, some that we may dislike. But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, please, if you are enjoying the content. That would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, let's jump into it. Miles, would you like to give your overall thoughts?
All right, I think this show is amazing. Now, I've only watched maybe like 12 to like 10 anime. So it's in my top 10. I gotta say that. I don't know how much credit that gives it, but I think this is a great show personally. I love all the characters, and I think we should start there. All right, so Makoto. Now, I think Makoto's a pretty good MC. I mean, he's pretty interesting. I like his dynamic towards the end of the show, even though I think that turns some people off because of how like it actually like all plays out. But I like his thought process there at the end, and we'll get there later.
Yeah, I think Makoto is not a bad protagonist. I think he's very solid. I think he fits the show well to be sort of new to the game when it comes to like conning and stuff like that and what the other people do. I think that his dynamic with the other people and his self problems with how he might want to leave the crew or and go start a more humble life. I think that's pretty interesting, especially after arcs. It feels a little repetitive sometimes, but yeah. And then some people may feel like his relationship with like his dad and stuff like that is a little bit of an asshole, but I think it was fine. I like Makoto as a MC. I have no problems with him.
Yeah, I like what you said about the same trope because it literally happens like maybe 2 or 3 times in the show,
Yeah,
where he's just like, I want to live a humble life. But yeah, besides that, I think he's a fair character. He's okay.
I would agree. But let's talk about the best character in the show, Laurent, baby. Let's go.
I love Laurent, but would you like to go first?
Yeah. So Laurent is a French con man who is living or is conning in Japan right now, and we first meet him with when he cons Makoto, even though Makoto is a self-proclaimed conning god, pretty much. That's a great introduction to him off the bat. I think he's very charismatic. I think his backstory with Dorothy was pretty good. Um, yeah, I mean, I love his character. He's very chill. I like his dynamic with the others. I think how his like he sort of cares for Makoto, but like he kind of hides it, I guess. I don't know. He's just a very enjoyable. I don't think you can go wrong with enjoying his character. I don't think you can dislike him, to be honest.
Yeah, I like what you said. How he's very, very charismatic. He's never really that serious until we get into the later episodes. It always feels like he has something under his sleeve, and pretty much every time he does, he's just I don't know. He's super cool, and I like what you said about Dorothy because I think this speaks volume to his character. I didn't care when we found out Dorothy was dead. I cared because Laurent cared, and
Yeah,
that's why I think he's a great character. But yeah,
yeah,
I like Laurent.
right. I think the whole excitement of the show and why it's so exciting and just why it's so surprising at points is because of Laurent and in some parts the other characters, but really Laurent I feel like is running the show and running all of the cons and all the tricks. And like you said, he's always got a trick up his sleeve, which is incredibly enjoyable.
Yeah, he's always so entertaining.
Yeah.
Abby next.
Sure.
All right, so I like Abby. I think she's pretty cool. She's like kind of just the standard like hardcore kind of female character that's just
Yeah.
like pretty badass. She's just cool. I really like her her like her backstory. I thought that was actually pretty interesting in the
Yeah.
Singapore arc, where we
Hmm.
found out that she was like a soldier and she has like PTSD and she's like hella suicidal. I thought that was pretty cool. I wish they delved into it a little more, but with only like 12 episodes, there's not really enough time.
Yeah. Abby, I enjoyed her character. Her introduction was a little off-putting, but I think as she developed with her relationships with Makoto and the others, I started to enjoy her more. I think that development honestly made her character better when she started speaking to Makoto and kind of revealing her backstory there. I think that was pretty powerful. Yeah, she's a badass female character, and I enjoy her.
All right, and the last one we can talk about Cynthia. I don't think anyone else is like that of note at this point.
Yeah, that's like the main four.
All right, so Cynthia is also kind of like she reminds me a little bit of Tsunade from Naruto. She's like the old woman that everyone finds attractive, and she's just like I don't know how to explain it. She always like uses her body and stuff to try to like get the cons done. She's entertaining. She's probably my least favorite out of the four, though.
I would debate between her or Makoto, but I mean, regardless of who I think is the least enjoyable, I still think that they
I
are
think she's
all
pretty good.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they all are enjoyable. I like her backstory. I think it's pretty on the more chill side, obviously, compared to the others. But I think it's sort of relatable in a way. I think with a lot of adults watching the show, if that's the type of demographic that they were going for. But I think it could be definitely relatable in a sense. I think it's a very reasonable backstory, and I think it plays to her character pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's not really much we can say about her without getting into the plot. I think so. We should just get into that now.
Yeah, let's get into the first arc, which is, in my opinion, the best arc by
I,
far.
I would 100% agree with this. I absolutely love the first arc.
Thierry and his group.
Yeah, I say the first arc is like a 9.5 out of 10. It was so good, man. Because, like, the thing is, you didn't know, like, who these people were at the time. Because you're still first getting introduced to them. So you don't really know their backstories. You don't know that they're con men. You don't know if they're conning Makoto or if they're using him to con others. It's this whole, dynamic between them and this whole, like, psychological situation that really makes it a very enjoyable watch with lots of plot twists that don't hit as hard as the other arcs. And because you know the characters, but I think because you didn't know the characters and you're first getting introduced to them is why this arc was so damn good.
I would actually like 100% agree with the whole like not knowing the characters because some of the reveals in here are just crazy. Like I was just like through the last like two episodes, I was just like on the edge of my seat. Like literally, it was just that good. Um, I think an underrated part of the first arc has to be with I want to say his name is Suarez. I know it's not Suarez.
I
You
don't
know what
know,
I'm
it's the
talking about?
Latino,
His
the cop,
bodyguard.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, who has a son. Like I thought that little side story was actually really, really brilliant. And I thought this like I really liked how Makoto's like whole thing changed because he was so focused on trying to do this con, trying to like make the drugs properly so like everything would go out safe. But then when he got offered to like work for the FBI, he wouldn't do it unless he saw that the guy and his son would be safe because he realized how like important it was because he never really had that as a kid.
Yeah, I agree. I think this kind of adds like a human side to the characters because, as far as we know, they're just con men, and con men aren't necessarily the characters in life that have the most positive outlook, or like people don't think of them too greatly compared to others. But I mean, in this show, it seemed like these people were only conning really bad people and sort of mob bosses and basically the finessers of society. And I think it adds a more human side, and you can kind of root for them a little bit more because of what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. And the next arc is
Singapore.
Singapore. I enjoyed this arc. I'm not gonna lie. Well, okay, first, dude, let me just mention the aesthetic of the show and the animation, because that fucking slaps, man. It's so good. And I think in the Singapore arc it really is brought to life with the air shots and like all the buildings and stuff.
The like pinks and the oranges while they're racing are just like, I don't know, man. They did a beautiful job with the animation, as corny as that sounds. Like, this might be one of the best animated shows I've ever watched.
Yeah, this didn't win Best Animation in the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, but I think it probably should have. I'm not saying that the choreography of the movement was as good as like Jujutsu Kaisen or God of High School or any of these animated by Mappa, but I don't know. I think just the backgrounds speak for themselves, and I think it's so different from like regular anime. It's beautiful.
Just the vibe, like, again, as corny as the sound, the vibes in this, like, in this arc, are just, I don't know, man. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah. So let's talk about Singapore.
All right. So this arc I also found very interesting. I would probably give the last one maybe like a 9.5. I would give this like a 9, 8.8, something like really high, because I think that this, I really, really, really like the story with, I'm forgetting the guy's name who got paralyzed.
Sam? No, that's
Sam
the other
was
guy.
the con artist, but or the guy that they were trying to con.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about him. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I forget his name. But I think that was a good backstory to the arc.
I also like how it kind of intertwined with Abby, because he was a soldier, and then that was like, she was like, "Did you bomb?" I forget where she's from, but did you bomb this place? And he was like, or he didn't want to say it, but she knew that he bombed it. And I thought that was pretty interesting. I like Sam, and I also like his brother, the actual racer. I thought they were both pretty good characters.
Yeah.
I like the whole underground casino idea. I thought this was overall a pretty good arc.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of said it all. I don't remember too much of this arc. This is probably my second favorite arc, probably. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I mean, I love the parts of the show where it kind of over exaggerates like physical feats, where they're like at the end of the arc they're like crashing the plane or something, and the next arc they're fine. Like, I don't know, it's kind of stupid, and like it's anime obviously, but I like those exaggerated parts. But you kind of said it all. I like the antagonists of the show. I think they're pretty interesting. I like the Concito vibe, and I like the con as well with the betting. That was great as well.
Yeah, and when they like changed the windows, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Next is probably, this might be my least favorite arc in the show.
I would agree. It's not bad, but
yeah,
this is the London snow arc, I believe.
And this arc, I know how we were just talking about how the tone was like really, really nice. In this, it completely shifted. Like, some of the stuff that made me love the show was like the bright colors that I was just talking about before. But this, it just didn't have the same feel. It was kind of like really, really dark. It was just like always pretty gloomy outside. Well, I guess that's London, but still, it just didn't have the same feel as the other arcs. The villain wasn't the best in my opinion. But I did like Cynthia's backstory.
I did. I think it's justice for Thomas, her boyfriend, right? Tomas. I don't know, but
I think
I feel like it was a relatable backstory. It was nothing crazy with like war, bombing, or deaths or anything. I felt like it was pretty relatable and very justified for his work, and just the morality involved with Cynthia's ideals. Were relatable and well placed in this show, I believe. But yeah, like you said, I feel like the tone shifted from like pink and orange and green to like gray and like light blue, and like it was a lot more chill. I'd say you could watch this like, I don't know, at like midnight on a random weeknight, just for like a movie watch or something. Like, I feel like you have to watch all these arcs in one sitting, or else you don't really get the full experience, I think. But yeah, I still enjoyed this arc. I don't think the con was as good as the others, and I don't think the antagonist was as good. But yeah, he was pretty annoying. But I think the shining part of this arc was definitely Cynthia and Thomas.
Yeah, I really, really didn't like the antagonist.
Yeah.
But now we get into the final arc that I think could have been done a lot better, and I'm sure you agree too.
Yeah, I don't remember too much about this arc, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I do remember being a little bit confused. Like they made a whole fucking island for this. Like that's
And
crazy.
like a day, and how did all the villains come back? There's a whole lot about this arc that just makes zero sense. I think they tried to do a grand finale, but got a little like caught up and tried to pull off too many things at once, and it just made it feel less important when the actual con was done, in my opinion.
Yeah, like up until probably 2 episodes, or like where the dad had like one of his final flips or whatever. Like he had like 12 flips in the show. Like I can't remember like what side he's on.
I really hate Oz. I don't like him at all.
Yeah, like I felt so bad for Makoto in that one. I felt like they did backstories for all the characters. I felt like they didn't really wrap up Makoto's that well in the beginning, so they tried to incorporate it here with Laurent's. I like Laurent's backstory in this one, except for when the after credit scene where Dorothy is still alive, I believe.
What?
And that kind of ruins the entire thing.
I did not know about this after credit scene.
All right, so we
What?
just watched the after credit scene, and go ahead.
Okay, this is actually making me upset because if this is gonna be the whole grand finale of the show, there was no reason to keep her alive. What?
That
Why?
that takes away all the credit for his backstory and Dorothy as a character in general.
That makes no sense. I don't understand why they did that. That actually makes me upset. I didn't even know that was a thing until like right now. Why? I just can't find a good reason why she should be alive.
No hate, but like the story is 10 times better without you.
It's over. It's literally over. There's nothing else that you can possibly do, and you just. I don't understand. I really don't understand why they did that. Yeah, that just lost a lot of credibility for the ending for me.
Yeah, but I think the main idea of what we're trying to say here is that I feel like they tried to go a little bit too above and beyond for this grand finale. They tried to pull off too many cons and that type of stuff. I like the part where Makoto was sort of changing, where he kind of got duped into this human trafficking thing and like was kind of getting brainwashed. I like that element of it. I think that was a great part in the first like six or 7 episodes, but like after that, I think it went to shit kind of.
Yeah, I think the human trafficking thing could have also been done a little better because honestly, it was really glossed over, and I don't even think we got a proper resolution as far as I'm remembering with those kids. Because as soon as they got like turned in by Oz when he just gave them, I don't think we saw them again.
Yeah, you're right.
There was no proper ending to that now that you mention it. Yeah, they really tried to do too much with too little time, and they didn't have enough time to. They tried to explain it all in the last episode, but I just felt like after that, it's all lost on you. It's just like
you just get this exposition dump in the last episode, and they're trying to throw all the explanation and stuff into a natural thing when it's really just. When it's really just the villains of the story and Laurent and like the rest of them hang around the table being like, remember when they didn't like
yeah. Oh man, that really soured it for me that Dorothy's alive.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
That kind of sums up our general thoughts on the finale.
The finale is not great now that I'm actually talking about it.
Yeah, but I still think this is anime of the year despite that. So
yeah, I think this is way better than Jujutsu Kaisen. I still think the first arc was pretty flawless. Second arc was really, really good. But yeah,
kind of dipped in quality towards the end, but
were all right. I don't know why it got like that. I'm actually really disappointed now. But yeah, it's still a pretty good show. What would you give the?
Yo, this man is so disappointed.
I'm actually so mad.
Is it still in your top 10?
It might. I don't know. I might have to do some reshuffling.
Oh
but,
my goodness. That's hilarious.
Yeah, this show, I was leaning towards giving it a 9 before this. Now that we're actually talking through it, it might be close to like an 8.4,
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
8.0. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Wow.
that kind of sums up our thoughts on the show. But thank you all for tuning into this episode. We really appreciate the support. Like, comment, and subscribe if you are enjoying the content. Any last words?
Thank you guys for watching.
And it's MJ Anime, and we out of here.